Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Absolute DMV podcast. It's your man, Ace Boogie, and I'm here with a few good guys. Here with my man, Marc.
Hey, what's going on, everyone?
I'm here with my man, eGogh.
eGogh on the boards.
And we also have a special guest in the building. I would like to go ahead and just pass it off to Marc, because Marc can better introduce this man than I can.
Yeah. So today we got my buddy Anibal, who I've known since, 2006, I guess?
That sounds right.
Yeah. So we went to the same high school. I actually ended up working together. This dude was my manager for a bit.
Well, what high school was that, actually?
Bethesda Chevy Chase,
Okay,
BCC.
BCC?
I was
boys.
08. You were what?
05.
05. That's
I'm an
right.
old guy.
What's up? That's what's up.
There we go.
You're a year younger than me. It's all right.
Yeah.
All right.
But no, Anibal and I, we've been doing moves together for a while. He's been pretty instrumental in my music career. Just pointing me in the right direction. And recently, he's been doing some really cool stuff in the film industry, specifically reality TV. So I'm gonna pass it to you, man. How has your summer been? You were on a shoot, right?
Yeah, no. So I just wrapped on Real Housewives of Potomac.
Oh,
Potomac.
So I was really thankful to be on something local and, arguably probably one of the bigger productions in the area.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because you don't really hear much of anything other than like documentaries and political ads and whatnot, which is huge around here. But to be part of something where I can go home, that was amazing, and I'm very lucky.
you guys love talking about politics.
No, quick question.
I try to avoid it at all costs, but they love it.
No, they love it.
Question. What network it is?
This is Bravo.
Okay, all right. Just
Bravo.
letting the listeners know, what.
Yeah, no, I've been lucky to be employed through Truly, which is the production company that makes like 13 or so different
reality shows.
shows,
It's
exactly.
ridiculous. Yeah.
I was a post PA, so I worked on like 10 different shows at once, and then Summer House last year, Real Housewives this year.
Oh,
Nice.
dope.
Nice. Yeah, Real Housewives, that's one of the biggest staples in reality TV, I feel like.
It's a top one.
Yeah, it's
They've
top one.
been
Yeah.
so many versions for so many years.
This is season 9, so there's definitely a following and people that watch.
Hold up, there's already been
Potomac?
9 seasons of Potomac?
We just wrapped 9.
Wow.
And Atlanta's got to be like in the 20s, right?
No, that's 14, 15. I
14, 15, okay.
What?
Even
That's
still,
crazy.
that's crazy.
And then I guess it started off in New York, right? Or what's the history of it? Like,
Oh
I forgot.
man, I wish I could tell you, but
Okay.
I believe the first one's either Atlanta, being that it's 14,
Or California or something like Orange
Orange County,
I think Orange
or
Orange
New
County,
York.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Those would definitely be the long-standing ones.
Yeah.
Potomac found some ground. I know Dubai just found some ground.
Whoa.
And then Salt Lake City is another big one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. So I guess you touching on pretty much Potomac, but
I'm sorry.
oh, my bad.
No, I'm sorry. But we're forgetting because
Oh, yeah, I forgot to ask.
no, it's all good. I just want
This
to
is my
make
first
sure.
time hosting. And,
No, I get it.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
See, right?
I get it. But I got your back.
There we go.
So now go ahead. Go ahead, take it. Take it.
No,
take it.
yeah, no. So now that we've done the introduction and everything, we do have a part of the introduction for the podcast, us being Absolute DMV. So it's basically like what makes you a card-carrying member of the DMV, something that you really like, that the DMV really rocks with as far as a cultural standpoint or an artistic standpoint. And you being a DC native, I'm sure there's a lot of things that you're immersed in with the culture. But is there anything that you particularly identify with that kind of makes you like truly DMV?
It's a tough question, but I think I'd speak to like the whole melting pot of the whole area, just because I grew up son of a housekeeper, but went to BCC, which is one of the more affluent public high schools in the area.
Absolutely.
So I was super lucky to be able to come home and have Latin food on my table, but go to like a pretty nice high school and school and otherwise, and be around people that I probably wouldn't be around otherwise, you know what I mean? And being in a diverse area definitely helps you grow up more balanced.
Yeah, I mean, I sorry to cut you off,
Yeah.
but I know BCC was the first place that I ever in high school played on a turf field.
No, nice.
So,
No, see, and when we went, you don't kind of realize that, right? Until you grow up. And looking back, super fortunate. No, and so yeah, I would just say that melting pot aspect, being able to grow up around different people, different from every different background. Yeah. Something I ask people from the area is, this is how I know you're from the DMV.
Okay.
What was the name of Six Flags before it was Six Flags in Bowie?
Oh man.
Hershey Park?
No.
No. Hershey Park is still Hershey Park.
I know, I was fucking around.
Yeah.
That's history.
Yeah.
No, because at this point, I feel like
couldn't
Six
afford-
Flags
my
has been there for like 25
It's
years.
been there
I
for a
can't
long
remember.
time.
You know, it's so
but
funny. I couldn't even afford. My parents couldn't even afford me to go there, so I
Dude,
couldn't.
so
even-
yeah,
if you're as old as I am, there's at least one or two names at least in your head.
I never.
And I know it.
I never went to Six Flags like that as a kid.
You son
The
of a...
Bay.
I know, but I watched all the TV commercials with that.
No, it was the
old
cheapest
guy
one,
dancing
dude.
I know.
around.
I'm trying to think of what it
It was
was.
like $20 to get in. It was called, you want me to say
No,
it?
please say it, because you got me messed up.
Yeah.
Adventure World.
I was going to say Adventure,
World.
because I think they have an Adventure World.
There's an Adventure Park USA,
Adventure
which is not
Park.
far away at all.
Yes.
But Adventure World,
Hey,
you're right.
thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
I asked people.
Thank you.
Animal dropping gems. Boy.
Hey, man.
No, that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? He flipped the DMV card on us. I love it.
I like that.
I love
So
it.
that being
Damn.
said, so you
Just
said the
saying.
mixing pot is one of your cards and saying
Yeah, man, just being able to...
like
Diversity.
Diversity,
there's
man.
no like foods or anything like that. Say you travel pretty much around the
Pencil the
United.
man in.
I mean,
You say, like,
my mama's
diversity,
food.
like
My mama's
Yeah.
food. My mama's food.
you say
There's
like
no
the
wrong
women
answer there.
My mama's food.
and the food that the women cook.
My mama's
Can I-
food.
why you always got to come on?
My bad. You're right.
But
And then the next, what takes your card away?
yeah.
Yeah.
you go.
Is there
What-
some that would not be conducive with DMV culture? Like you don't rock with something that is exclusively DMV.
Oh, I don't know.
I like that. He's so DMV. He don't there's
Yeah,
nothing.
I'm so DMV.
There's nothing.
I'm so DMV,
Right.
Mo.
I mean, say the question again?
So, like, is there something that is like a DMV staple or something that's really big as part of the culture or, fashion or something or
I don't like.
that you don't like, like
That is a staple.
like a
of the
a
DMV.
traditional food from the DMV or,
You don't like
a
mambo sauce.
or something like that.
Oh,
Or,
that shit.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
you don't
man.
rock New Balances or something like that.
Why y'all keep shooting at me? God.
Is that a thing?
I mean,
Yeah.
Nah, I've never owned a pair of New Balances.
Well,
in
is
my
that a
life.
DC thing?
Yeah.
New Balances
Yes,
are,
It is.
I guess, a very much a big
Oh.
DC
Very
thing.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see them a lot.
990.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was a DC.
It's a
is.
huge. A lot of people want to argue with us, especially Baltimore, but nah,
It's a DC thing.
it's a DC
It's a
thing.
big
Interesting.
thing. Yeah, you'll see.
Yeah.
You see some real decent. Like if you go to a go-go,
I see a lot.
If you go to go-go, you'll
Yeah.
see. Big
Yeah.
thing.
Am I tripping, dude? New Balances are like $200.
Yep.
They got
See?
really expensive.
Yep.
I remember in the Seinfeld days, they used to just be like
I used
dad
to buy the
shoes.
$50 joints in high
Yeah,
school.
see,
Yeah.
and see-
Remember there were only like 2-3 models?
So that and
the
Reebok
issue.
Classics, right? Back in the day, Reebok Classics.
Reebok Classic.
no, everybody had the same model.
Yeah,
You were lucky
see?
to have 2 or 3 different colors.
Yep.
But everybody
And
rocked
now-
the same
We
joints.
had the solid.
Now-
I mean, most people had the solid
Gray.
the solid grays.
Yes.
Solid
Yep.
one,
And,
yeah.
And blues.
and it was 990, 991, 992.
I don't even know. Okay.
Yeah, and
For someone who don't like New Balances, you know a lot about it.
He's a sneakerhead.
I'm
Yeah.
a sneakerhead. Yeah, I'm a sneakerhead.
right.
So I
We
knew
already
about him.
established that.
I
We already
just
established- he just
it. You know what? Honestly, at the time, because the most popular ones were the solid gray ones,
Yeah.
that was just actually so plain to me.
I
that
saw those in the
couldn't-
white ones.
Yeah,
The
I
most-
couldn't
Yeah.
rock them.
Super plain.
And that's what I'm saying. They were super plain at the time.
Yeah.
And during that time was I'm a little older. During that time was during the whole Michael Jordan coming out with 3 colors on his shoe, getting fined, and that being the fly shit out. So I grew up on Jordans.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up on the solid gray running shoe.
Yeah.
I grew up on the multicolored basketball shoe. And that's what I still wear. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's nothing against New Balance. I just rock with Nikes and I rock with Jordans more.
I'm this way. I'll wait until we get a sponsor from New Balance so I can throw it.
Yeah, I would love it. I would love it. Hey,
I love New Balance. I love it. They're fire.
Yeah, New Balance. If you see this, holla at your boy. I would love
DV,
love
New
a pair.
Balances.
I'm open to rocking New Balance.
Yeah,
we're for a sponsorship. I'm
Holler.
open to it.
I love them.
Hey,
They're
size
awesome.
9.5, 10. I don't know because I've never worn.
You don't get a pair.
I've never worn any, so
yeah.
Hold your boy down, please.
He'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'll
Pictures
rock
look
them.
real good.
I'll rock them. I want a pair. Just I'm ready for a pair.
You know I will buy you some.
I'm ready for a pair.
No Diddy.
I will say.
No, that was cute. That was cute.
Shut up.
He said, I'll buy you shoes.
I know. Stop. That's why I said no Diddy.
I will buy you
Buy you a
shoes.
pair, and I'll take them.
Go shopping.
You know what I'm saying? I will take them. There ain't no shame in my game.
Yo,
Fuck that
fuck y'all.
shit. Nah, but yeah. So anything like that you don't rock with?
Well, no, I don't think there's something I don't rock with. But I will say I was not agreeing. I didn't like go-go for a very long time.
Ooh.
I didn't like it for a very long time.
Why?
Until,
And why?
you know, it's just a different live music sound.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I just wasn't digging until like more and more recently. Shout out to Scoob that my dude this past season, he was rocking some go-go in the van, and
you were like,
I have no choice but to listen.
You had no choice to change.
But no, just I kind of liked it because I've heard some songs over the years, right, that I like. I've always remember and I'll always hear, you know, where I'm like, oh shit, that's go-go. And I've heard these songs outside of the DMV, and I'm like, oh shit. And now I'm like, oh man, no, this is good. This is different. It's like an artistic type of style, and which I have come to appreciate.
It's definitely
super unique.
Yeah.
It's always it's like a snowflake. It's different every time you hear it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's true.
I mean, my favorite part is when, and I'm terrible for this, forgetting the band's name and Shorty's name.
Northeast Groovers.
Nah, not that. It was,
Backyard Band?
Nah, Shorty who did Pieces of Me took over Ashley Simpson's song. I don't even want to hear Ashley Simpson's song.
No, so you know, I told my dude Scoob.
Pieces of Me is a go-go song. Yeah. Bro.
I told my dude Scoob this, and he's like, I didn't even know that was a real song.
Yeah, shout out to Scoob. Shout out to Scoob.
That's dope.
Yeah,
it's interesting you say that because I had a conversation with someone not too long ago, which was basically the same thing, and that they didn't really like go-go until they listened to an actual album from a go-go artist, like the actual studio album. Because the thing that I realized is that a lot of the radio stations, like 93.9, 95.5, will play the live versions late at night.
That's the only time I've ever heard them.
And go-go does not necessarily translate very well as a live recording, especially on the radio.
Because to a regular listener.
But also because there's so much.
Go ahead. That's all they like listening.
True, but
to a kid listening to 97 or what 99 whatever 93.9 whatever. A kid growing up in high school, you're like, oh, that's kind of different. I don't know if I like that.
But just
if I'm not from that area, no, I wasn't. I was from Bethesda. I didn't hear that.
Bethesda, you were on the outskirts.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. I didn't hear it.
No,
but just from
I grew up on go-go. Like, I was in the Mad Chef. Like, you know what I'm saying? We were going over the places. Excuse me, Rockville Sportsplex, all that other stuff. We was in all them places.
Big up to young.
Shout out to Rockville.
Light skin black.
Light skin black.
Light skin black actually expressed it. He's a go-go head.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We was in all them places, so we got to experience the culture, the good. When you in there, it's hot. Everybody having fun.
Yeah, it was all about love.
Ladies in there shaking. You having a great
good time
dancing.
Yeah. Good time.
But then also the bad when the lady was shaking too hard on you and her man
was
whatever.
Right there. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And now you got to deal with it outside.
Yeah,
but once again, that's all part of the culture. That's what you dealt with. That's what you did.
Yeah. But I think that being in a live go-go show has an awesome energy, but then I think just sonically and just for the amount of bandwidth and the frequency, the radio cannot capture that because you got so much production and percussion and the live vocals it's just a lot. And back in the day, like when we were growing up, no one had like Bose systems in their cars like that all the time. Like it was like radios have gotten a lot better. Back in the day, you just couldn't hear enough. So it sounded very muffled.
But that's the thing. We weren't listening to go-go for the sound quality.
Hey, man,
Oh,
but,
yeah,
but
it was
your
experience.
dad exclusively listens to live music. You know, so
Yeah.
like you should. That's someone you
But
should talk.
live music, live instrumentation, things like that, like when it's geared for recording,
Yeah.
that's a whole different story.
That's the thing.
Go-go's not geared for recording. Go-go is we're playing and you just happen to be recording it.
It's
Like
a
we got
party.
mics here.
Originally,
Yeah,
It was
we got
originally
mics
made-
here, you know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
so they
Go-Go-
never actually got a
Originally.
chance to like, I say never got a chance, they did get
Yeah.
a chance, but
now
in the
it should.
beginning, in the beginning, there was never that we're in the studio making this, you know what I'm saying, and we're gearing it for it to be a
Yeah.
recording.
I think
It
it
was
was
now
meant
we're
for
live
a
on
party.
stage,
Yeah.
we're partying, we
Yeah.
cranking, and that's what we doing. So
And I think it's one of those things where it can be geared to it if you know that ahead of time. Just because, like, unlike a band or a rapper or something, you've got a couple different mics going on for a couple different instruments, but most bands or like rock bands and everything are like 4 or 5, 6 pieces. Go-go bands can get up to 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. You
Marc,
got multiple people.
You're thinking too hard
It's a-
into it. You're thinking
I'm just saying I'm just saying to make it sound good from a live perspective, it can be done.
Came
he's
out,
the
You just need
artist.
the mic.
He's the artist, so that's how he
but you
hears, you
understand,
know what I'm saying?
when Go-Go came out was not just like hip hop. Like it wasn't meant to go the mainstream what it did.
Sure.
And that's the thing about it. When Go-Go's were out, it was like house party things. It was more like it was meant for celebration of the hood. And then people heard, like I said, that's why they had cassette tapes and things like that, because it was played on, like recorded on some like Bobo system.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the only time you can hear Go-Go,
Yeah.
and from that, and that's why you notice how many Go-Go had so many tape, not even like events. It had nights, like it had dates on it.
the
Because
dates on it.
then that's what was
'Cause it
played
wasn't
on
at
the
a
radio.
venue like that. Yeah.
That's what was played on the radio because
Yeah.
that's the only time it was made because that was live or whatever.
I see.
Then eventually they were like, "Yo, this is really." A big thing of DC, and that's when they started like, all right, let's make it more
Yeah.
to
commercialized.
figure out how to record this. We
And
have to figure
record
out
this-
how to package it, how to
And
put it
that's
out.
what I'm saying. So like it evolved to
Sure,
where
sure.
you were thinking about it like now. All right,
No,
this is how it is, and that's
no,
what
yeah,
I was like,
I'm just
'cause
trying to-
I remember those tape
Yeah.
times, and I was like, oh my god, you got the five what's it called?
520,
Friday,
yeah, the 52001.
the ones or whatever, and
Yeah.
that's what it was the name of. And
Yeah.
then, that's what I'm saying. So
But I think that that's probably why, to some extent, Go-Go doesn't necessarily resonate with non-Go-Go listeners.
Yeah.
Because, like, they don't know the backstory, but they hear the mix quality or something, and it doesn't quite pop for them on the radio. Whereas now modern Go-Go...
that was Animal.
Yeah,
Animal.
Yeah.
no, like people,
Yeah.
like people used to say, pots and pans.
Yeah.
Like that's what it sounds like.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
At
And
first,
when
you're
you
like,
don't,
it's a little jarring. It's a
You
little
don't
jarring.
understand it,
Yeah.
and I mean, but if you are of that culture, if you are in that culture, then yeah. And like
Yeah.
you said, it took you some time because you were from Bethesda to get into that culture. But,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to harp on that, but you know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But not only is it live, it's a cover, and it does sound that first pot and pan sound, type of sound, that backyard sound
Yeah,
is
the
like
Congos,
whoa.
the Congos,
So, yeah.
and everything.
No.
like that.
Yeah, and it's got great energy. I've loved seeing a lot of artists, shout out to Wale, who've brought Go-Go to the forefront in a lot of, mediums. And it's got a good, an undeniable energy, that constant percussion throughout the song. It makes it really hard not to just bop your head, and it makes it easier to just for listening.
No doubt.
It's really dope. But, all right, cool. Now we got the DMV card settled. Back to reality TV. So, very important question. You've been on set for how many shoots now? Like
Two seasons of shows.
Okay, so you've had 2 different shows, 2 different casts. You've been on set in person, seeing the filming process, the behind the scenes.
Yep.
Seeing the people on camera, off camera.
Yep.
Are the stars? Are they like different on camera? Like, does the camera turn on and do they kind of change like the way they speak a little bit, or is it?
Are they fake?
Hey.
Fake ass.
I know you can't say everything, but
No. I mean, no. I'll be honest. No, I don't think they're fake. I think it's like anybody that becomes like steps into entertainment. You kind of turn yourself up a bit,
Amplified.
Yeah, and I think that's the only way it works for you, because who wants to watch you if you're just
Yeah, just
Joe
Regular.
Schmo,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
a regular
exactly.
dude. I watch a lot of wrestling. I'm a wrestling nerd. And,
Oh yeah, so
and,
you're bringing at that. Like,
and
you
the
have
bit,
to amplify it.
yeah, I mean, you gotta turn yourself up in order for people to want to pay attention to you, bad or good. So, yeah, people will turn themselves up. Are they fake? No,
yeah.
definitely not.
Okay.
But do they turn themselves up and let kind of get loose a little bit? Yes, yeah, but not fake.
It's kind of like that news reporter vibe. Like you got to say it with affect to make it interesting to people. Just kind of hear you out and everything.
No, I'm not saying fake as in like it's two different personalities. I'm saying that like you said, amplify it because the network is saying you have to. Do you understand like the way?
Put some sauce on it.
Yeah, some sauce on it because for the viewers, but they're most likely like once you say cut, they're not that. Like that's what I was saying.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say it so harshly, like, oh yeah, and then no.
And they're like,
stop. No.
Right.
Again, they just turn themselves up. They just can become more loose, I would say.
An introvert can kind of get extroverted and
the camera,
yeah,
the
you
camera
definitely,
makes them-
you definitely want to be. You don't want to be introverted on camera and be on camera. Yeah, that's stressful. So, unless they're hiding it real good, I don't know that. But they've all were nice to me. Everybody was cool.
Nice.
No bad people.
So there's no like in the back, like, all right, okay, I guess I don't know NDA, but most likely saying,
Cruella de Vil type.
yeah,
shit.
kind of like that divas on set, kind of like, or somebody was on like like not hard to work with. Like
I have heard people be harsh.
Yeah, okay,
I have not witnessed that.
okay.
To be honest, I've again like going into Summer House, I did hear there's there are certain people that can be rough.
Yeah.
On Potomac Housewives, I mean, come on, these women
They're
have been
supposed to
through
be
it all.
harsh. Yeah, they're supposed to be like high end.
Yeah.
Again, they're supposed to perceive themselves
They're
like
strong.
Strong, independent. Like
So-
they're doing their things, and that's what I was saying. Like not saying fakeness, but most likely they have to show the image that they're above the normal. Because that's the reason why the show is what the show is.
Yeah.
Is Potomac is not Bethesda. Potomac is not Rockville. Potomac is above that, and that's what I'm saying.
And I mean, I'm sure that in certain situations they give them a little bit of alcohol to help.
Oh yeah. Are they drinking?
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And so-
let's get it in. Yo.
And so I'll be honest, I'm more of like the technical side, like the camera side. So I was really digging into that. So what you're talking about would be more producer side of them kind of. So what I can say is like, let's say two cast members are talking, a producer will kind of bring up, hey, remember when you said this? Hey, just bring that up.
Okay.
Just to kind of steer, if things are kind of getting boring too.
Yeah.
If they're just like
Dead air kind of shit.
dead air, right?
Yeah.
You want the producers need something.
Yeah.
So hey, mention this real quick. Push this, talk about that.
Oh, okay.
But nothing is ever scripted like, yo, read this
Yeah.
and then talk about that.
Oh, okay.
Like, let's read this.
That makes
That is
sense.
never a thing. That
Okay.
is I have heard that be a thing of the past, like for other shows.
Yeah.
But I have not. There's no scripting. All they will say if things get kind of boring, when things aren't kind of like
Yeah.
leading anywhere, they will say, "Hey,
So, quick question on that then.
Yeah.
Technically, like, so how many takes? Because I've been when I was in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, when I was in LA, there's a script and they'll keep doing until you get it right.
Mm-hmm.
The way the reality, do they stop and say, "All right, that looked awful.
no,
I need you."
Well,
no takes."
it's almost
Okay.
like
Exactly. So
yeah, it's
No
almost,
takes.
it's almost like Jersey Shore essentially, like where they've got like multiple cameras on these people.
It's what you think
for certain-
reality
yeah.
show is, right?
Yeah.
That's what you would hope it is, right?
Yeah.
Like, no, cameras are on you
All the time.
They're filming them,
Yeah.
and there's no takes. I will say there are some times where, like, producers will catch.
you're making a little smirk. Look at
Well, it's just funny because I'm trying to, be light here, but it's like it's just funny because you'll catch people on, being filmed, kind of like talk about something, and then the producers will kind of look at each other like, she's kind of lying.
Oh, so then they
Oh,
have to-
why are they talking about that? You know,
okay.
So I don't. Again, I don't really know backstory or what's
I know
happening.
you're not a part of the.
But I will notice these kind of looks like, hey, why is she?
Well, that makes sense. If they're filming everything, then they know the truth about.
Well, the
And
producers would know a lot about these.
Yeah.
people's, you know,
All the research.
At
they
least,
have to do.
when they're
Yeah.
on the clock for the show, they're
and some of them know these people throughout the seasons,
Yeah.
right? So they're actually pretty close to these individuals, so they know a lot. So like when someone's not kind of like is maybe lying, they'll be like, "Yo, why you lie?" So I think that's interesting. Just get to kind of see those relationships between production and the cast. I find that to be very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Well, seeing the inner workings of a couple shows and being on set and dealing with, the post production and everything, and seeing just how much time, like being someone who is being filmed, like how much that takes out of you and how draining that can be. Like, is there a reality show that you would choose to be on? Is there like one more than the other? And then there's a second part when you pick.
Well, if I had a fantasy pick,
Okay.
it would be like
there
the
you
old Jersey Shore. But
Those are,
that's a fantasy.
you and I used to watch. That was crazy.
Yeah.
That's a
That
fantasy.
part-
So
imagine
that's
that.
fire.
Imagine being on that. Like
Dude,
that.
that's so cool, man.
Yeah.
It was live
That
and
was
it was
peak.
fucking
Peak.
like, things happen.
Peak house reality, bro.
Yeah.
I don't
Like,
think anyone knew the
everybody
term
was
Guido
watching.
before
it's the same
that.
do you think the same thing about Real World too? Do you think that?
at that time.
Yeah.
In that
Real World
moment.
in a peak, like
I mean,
I
when
don't-
Jersey happened, it was on the decline.
Yeah.
exactly.
But I
right?
did watch Real World growing up.
Oh my god.
I
I was
watched
about to
it.
say I was gonna say I'm one of those real world road rules challenge
Yeah.
type people.
Yeah.
I
Not
wish I was
anymore,
on-
That was
I
but
my
at the
type.
time.
Yeah, at the
Back
time
then,
that
I
would have
wish
been
I
like
was
my
on that
type
show.
shit. Yeah.
I was like, man.
And man, they crank those shows out still. I don't watch them, but like
It's
they're
on-
on Challenge 48.
yeah, they're
crazy.
still doing. They are doing. Yeah, they're still doing.
I'm not
it.
familiar, but
crazy.
I did watch a lot of seasons of Real World. No lie.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
like the first 13, 15, maybe. I don't even know, but a few.
Because they went around the world.
They went around the world.
and when they went around, it was like weird to see our age, pretty much. Because
Yeah.
technically, that was our age. To
And it
be
was
like acting a fool
you know
on
what
camera.
you know what it was?
Was what?
Pre-internet, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that too. Yeah.
That was like
Like,
people were
that's
just
the only way.
outside,
Yeah.
living, not inside the whole time.
Everything.
People
everything
didn't
they
know
did-
everything.
Yeah, everything they did online, it was going out. Like it was
Yeah.
like they're like they'll be
amazing.
in the house and they're like, we're going out tonight.
It was amazing.
And they'll all get ready, and
Mm-hmm.
then some drama happens. Somebody get drunk, and they'll come back, and there'll be some more drama.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it was.
Well, internet
Yeah.
also made everybody know-it-alls and like
Yeah.
everybody knows everything.
I love
like
our age.
pre-internet, everybody came from their cities.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know shit about nothing.
Yeah.
And then you literally put them in a house.
I think
I
also
thought that was
That's what-
great.
Facts.
It was perfect.
Facts.
It
That was
perfect.
great. You can't do that now.
No,
Yeah.
because you know something about every city or
Yeah, right? Or you're
area,
influenced by
something.
there or
Yeah,
Fact.
you see it in all this.
But back then, bro, it was just raw people from
I like
raw
that.
cities.
That's a good point. No, that's
Yeah.
a really good point.
And from a like a controversy standpoint, like for drama and everything, like if you got a bunch of people in a house and they don't have any smartphones or any tablets or anything like that,
Well, they still don't have TVs and whatnot. They don't allow those.
Okay,
But
when
I think
people
they
go
do allow
out,
phones.
okay, phones, but okay.
Oh, so you're allowed to have your phone on set or not?
Oh well, for our stuff, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know about others, but yeah.
Okay.
You're not going to tell the
No, I guess
you're not going to tell the housewives to put their phone away. No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
They're going to have their phones. Yeah.
But I thought it was like kind of like
They got
like
kids
while we're
too.
shooting. Well, like I'm saying, but
Yeah.
while they're shooting, I don't see them like sitting there while you're shooting.
Yeah, they're not rude.
Like
Yeah.
like scrolling through Instagram.
No,
kind of
no,
thing.
no,
That's
no.
what
But
I'm
I-
saying.
No,
Yeah.
no.
But they definitely have their phones available.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
they are
okay.
not. They're professionals.
Okay.
Yeah.
They figured it.
Yeah.
That makes sense then. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jersey Shore is your
And if I
fantasy.
could work on something now, though, I don't know. I don't even watch that much reality. But
It's weird now. Like the way
Very weird.
The way reality is. Like even like I was telling my girl like 90 Day Fiance fucking like
that's very popular. Yeah.
it's
Love
very-
is
it's one-
Blind is really big
it's-
too.
But that's what I'm
wild
saying.
show.
It's one of the biggest things off of that, like kind of like reality.
Yeah.
And that's I feel it's not the best.
I would love to do. Man, remember when Vice was killing it?
Oh, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I was just working with someone who was working at Vice during.
Well,
the
that's when
peak of
Vice was really like
Vice Land and their fucking
Yeah.
channel were killing it, man.
And then they went
If I could work
commercial.
on something, it'd be fucking that's delicious.
So
Fuck,
what?
that's
So
delicious.
what do you think will happen? Like something like that happened.
Oh, I
at
know.
Viceland?
Oh, I know a little bit. So I just worked on Potomac. My PM worked on Viceland at the peak of Viceland.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he
wow.
just said people were spending money and just not doing well, or not.
For the production, it wasn't really doing it for the production. It was more like money.
Literally, he said it was just money being spent. Just money for, and people would. He said people would come and ask to go to a certain city. They wouldn't even ask you why. Write a check or buy you a ticket. Bam.
And that was it. And then they wouldn't even shoot anything for it.
I don't know what happened after,
Yeah,
but he
that's
would just tell
crazy.
me like people were able to like take flights wherever they wanted, and it just sounds like money was just being spent without being able to like no one's controlling it.
was
I can
crazy.
believe it because Vice was
Their
one of my
content was
favorite
great.
channels.
Their content was great.
With they had the show
fantastic.
with damn, I forget his name. I'm so sorry. Rest in peace to homie.
From The Wire.
from the wire.
Oh
yeah.
man, Black Market.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
show.
When he
Very
used
well
to
done.
travel and
See, that's a show.
That's a great show.
I
and
would
it-
work on that show.
yeah.
But then also they had a lot of the, it was considered like a black market network, kind of like they were doing outside the norm, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, they would
And
talk
that's-
about
that's
stuff
what
no
it-
one else would touch.
Exactly.
I loved
and that's
it.
what I
Yeah.
think was the issue, because again they were pushing the envelope
I loved it.
huge at the
Yeah.
time of social media. So like it were at
Yeah.
that time it was work. I mean they even had what's the guy who's a rapper, white rapper,
Action Bronson. Fuck
Action
that's-
Bronson.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah,
that.
delicious.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what he's
yeah.
talking about.
If I could
Yeah.
work on that
For the
show, it'd be
show,
that
yeah.
show.
And that show,
That was a really cool show.
ridiculous
I love that show.
when he was going around pretty much talking,
Yeah.
and it was him and his homeboys pretty much.
Oh
Yeah.
That-
No, my favorite show then was Most Expensivest.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
2
Chainz
Chainz.
show.
2 Chainz, see?
2 Chainz used to get
Forgot about
so
that, John.
that
He
was
is
one
so
episode
high.
where he got so high on
Yeah.
the show where he couldn't really do the show no more.
See?
I was like, yo, that's
What
the
other
greatest
network?
thing
What other
ever.
network would allow that?
That's the greatest
That's
thing
what I
ever,
loved about
bro.
Vice. And then
There's that one show where the white dude did all the drugs and recorded himself. Like
See?
who's gonna
Oh
do
yeah,
that?
all the
no
different
network
ones,
did that.
right? Like one
no,
at a time.
No network had that,
cool.
and the thing about it, I think it was getting too popular. And you said the money was
money's being
it was
spent.
spent, and then they were like, "This makes no sense. I'm not making any money out of it."
Yeah.
The thing that sucks is that like a lot of their like Vice News and stuff, which I think what for the most part was like, I mean, in a lot of ways, I got most of my news from them. You know, they were like independent. They were touching stuff that no one else was touching, and you know, I think that's something that nowadays everyone has like a political spin. You know, or even if it's not political, there's a presentation that the outlet sort of wants to follow. So it's very, very rare to get just like a, you know, just a raw factual sort of thing. But
Speaking of the fall of Viceland, are you guys? I don't know if anybody was hip growing up to G4.
G4, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I fucking loved G4.
G4
And then-
is my shit because G4 used to have a not Ninja Warrior on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original.
Warrior,
The original.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so a few years ago they did a big reboot, and it was only on YouTube, which was very weird to me. And it was completely funded by Comcast. Comcast bought the rights. They were like all in. They spent tons of money. They bought out like a warehouse. They outfitted it out, 6 studio, and then they spent tons of money on like big internet influencer YouTubers, and like that's a lot. They were like pumping money out, dude, pumping money. But no one's watching because
didn't
no
even
one
know
heard
about
of
it.
it.
Yeah,
No
I
one
didn't
heard
even
of
know.
it.
I didn't even know.
Because why? It was only on YouTube. And for a company like Comcast to not put it on a network
Yeah.
made, to me, I was like, what?
I think the
I'm
thing,
watching it and I'm
You
watching
own the channel. Might as well put it on
you
your
own
network.
distribution.
Yeah.
You own distribution.
Yeah.
And you don't put it on at least what they call, they have these fast channels now, which is what I was talking about earlier, where they just have like those free channels on the Samsung
Sure.
TV. Those are called fast channels.
Yeah.
Throw it on that joint. People will watch. I was
Yeah.
As a
watching.
freebie.
I watch
Yeah,
them.
the free-
I
it's
watch
just
one
Ninja
episode
Warrior
so they get a
forever,
hip
yeah.
to the show.
Yeah, I was watching the watch count, where it counts how many people are watching.
Mm-hmm.
Like only like thousands are watching. I'm like,
Wow.
damn, this is good stuff, and I missed it, man.
The Ninja Warrior. Then they had another jump that was kind of like
Cheaters, remember Cheaters?
Oh,
No,
Cheaters.
Cheaters.
They
Oh,
redid
yeah.
that. They
I loved
rebooted
it.
Cheaters.
That
Yeah,
was
they
loved
rebooted
another
Cheaters.
one that was
And
like
Cops All
like
Day.
the bloopers game.
Cops All
where,
Day.
Like like people would be doing the obstacle course and stuff.
And it was dubbed. It was dubbed MXC. Yeah,
Maximum Extreme Challenge.
Yeah,
and
man.
They always make fun of the
I fuck with you.
I love it.
I think they changed it to Wipeout. I think it's Wipeout.
Well, now it's soft and Wipeout, but they were fucking motherfuckers
I
up.
just remember it was like a real show that was taped in another country, but then
it was all Japanese.
All Japanese.
And then
And
these-
with America, and they
with
were
the
like,
white dudes were just like real stupid commentators.
and they were
It
like
was so
frying
good.
the contestants,
Oh, they
like,
would
oh, this dude
fry
was
them.
ugly. He's not gonna make it very
I
far.
loved it.
And then,
So I missed it.
great.
They fucking failed at this reboot. I
man.
wanted it to work so bad,
it's
and it did not.
If they would, if they would have promoted it better, then it would have I would have definitely supported
Well,
it.
I was watching it because I'm close to the nerd shit, and I was like following the reboot, and like they were hiring people as influencers. And as a wrestler or as a wrestling fan, they had got my boy Xavier Woods, who's a wrestler from the New Day, blah blah blah. Anyway, he was one of the personalities, so I was like, oh shit, it's gonna be tight, it's gonna be tight. And then a year goes by, and no growth is happening, and I'm just like, fuck, what is happening? I loved it. I couldn't watch all of it because I'm not a YouTube dude, but I'll leave it on my TV if it's a channel. I'm just like that. I'm just an old dude. I'll watch that.
Yeah.
But it just didn't do it right, man.
It's
I was
interesting
disappointed.
that
Real disappointing.
as a YouTube channel only.
They were hoping to gear towards the
Yeah.
young crowd, and it just didn't work.
But I think it's so crazy because if it's sponsored by Comcast has so much money. They're a huge conglomerate. You know, did YouTube like push it on their like discovery page at all? Like if you just open up YouTube blank, you know, without logging in or anything, there'll be videos like suggested ones. Like
I mean, they aired
feel like-
live. They aired live on
Yeah,
YouTube.
okay.
I don't know.
I feel like there was a
It was just
lot.
a big
Yeah.
Well, YouTube has a lot of different ways of trying to compete with the other ones. Like, you know, like Hulu has the same thing and like that. So
Just,
I think what it
there's
is
so
is-
much space for that type of content.
But it is, but
Yeah.
it's so,
Work.
you
No, but the
understand,
thing
it's
about it-
oversaturated. Like there's so
But
much
what's
option.
No,
who's
but I was gonna
talking
say-
games?
No,
Who's
but-
talking games?
That's
Nerd
the truth.
culture.
Yeah,
but the
nerd
idea behind
yeah.
it for me
Who?
is, if you want to bring it back out, why don't market to the people that used to watch it?
So go back
Yeah,
to
You know what I'm saying?
millennials,
Like,
dude. Why didn't they do
Market
that?
to
Right?
the people that
who-
used to watch it, because
Okay,
those are
I'm
the
angry.
people.
I'm angry.
Because that's
passionate about this shit. Yeah.
That's
He's
the
like-
other thing is they're trying to market it to Gen Zers, but Gen Zers
Yes,
are
they
not
didn't
playing
give
the
a
type
fuck,
of games. Like they're playing Fortnite and stuff, and some of that just doesn't translate
All
to
the
like what
influencers,
they- yeah.
I didn't know any of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that being said, like, what do you think? What app, if us, our generation, Gen Z, like or whatever, what do you think they're gonna watch that like the reboots at? Like,
If it had to be an app, like
it had to be
an
app
Amazon
slash
Prime or
network,
Netflix
like a
or
network,
something.
/ network that will like.
Well,
all
right now,
I-
Netflix is going into live at the end of the year with some sports. I know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
and
of
then
course now.
Max has live sports.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's happening. Live content is happening.
Doesn't Disney have
So much
ESPN?
space, dude. There's
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
much
but
space.
Disney is kind of like movies and things like
Yeah.
that. So it's like,
But
No,
ESPN
but they
does
have
have
ESPN. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
They
but
have the
I'm talking
ESPN
about, I'm talking about. So think about it, like Paramount Plus.
but you're talking live content on Disney.
Thinking about old stuff reboots. So like, say if you want to reboot a old classic or something they bring back, right, and you want to get those same viewers. Like I remember, like I said, Paramount did bring out the Real World. Like for 1 minute, a hot minute, they literally showed all the old Real Worlds or whatever.
Yeah.
And then even now they have all the older shows.
Well,
Like-
Comcast would be Peacock.
I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm
but
trying
not
to
to be
say.
terrible, but still, as much as the younger generation does determine what's hot and everything like that, or they don't really determine what's hot. They still be waiting for kind
Yeah.
of things to know what's hot. So if you were to put it out there and market it to the people who used to watch it, when we start clipping it up and making TikToks, putting it out there and all of that,
Yeah, making it hot.
and then
They
the
think
kids find it, then they're gonna get on it.
Yeah, this is our shit. They don't
you
know.
Still, exactly.
Like-
So we will still have to introduce it to them the same way that we're introducing them to 2000s and 90s R&B
Yeah, but
and,
it's- again,
other things like that.
I feel like there's far
a lot
less
of work.
There's far less.
That's the old man. Old people like, damn. That's
But
a lot
if
of
you
work
want-
I gotta
but that's
do.
what I'm saying.
I got to do all that work to get the stuff that I love doing. You know what I'm saying?
if you want the
Yeah.
but that's the
I
thing. If you
know.
want the flash in the pan, that's what it's going to be. But if you put in the work to get what you're going to get out of it, that's what it's going to be also. So if you don't put in the work to actually to market it properly and actually put it out properly, then it's not going to do what it's supposed to do. So, and just like he said, they tried to market it to to Gen Zers, but the idea behind it is a lot of Gen Zers don't care about what happened before them.
No.
Unless somebody else told them, hey, that's
Exactly.
dope. You should
cool.
know
Yeah.
about this.
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
that's a closing line, like how everybody's now doing the baggy jeans again.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like bell bottoms
The
are making a
bell-bottoms are
comeback.
back.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
And
because
it's like, what's
They
that
had to
song
figure
that
it out.
I know they are, but they're doing it wrong.
there was some
Anyway.
song from the 80s, a pop song, I'm running up that hill. It was like trending
From
on
the, Stranger Things. Yeah.
Exactly. It was on Stranger Things. All the Gen Zers saw it, and it's like viral, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
everyone's following her, and like it's really great for the artist. But it's just interesting how trends from like way long ago,
Are coming back.
are coming back.
because it's a recycle. It's a
Exactly.
There you go.
we
It's
call it-
being
a
presented to
and
them
that's
for the
always-
first time.
But that's always been this whole generation or any
Nothing's
generation.
new under the sun.
Nothing is new. Everything is
Nothing's
being
under the sun,
recycled.
and everything ends up getting recycled every 20 to 30 years
Yeah.
anyway. So
10
the
10 to
fact that
20,
bell
10 to
bottoms,
20s, yeah.
about to say, so the fact that bell bottoms is coming out, that is
Yeah.
that is an 80s thing. So
Being
this is
before
the first
that, it
time where
was-
it's like
Hey.
it's getting 40s.
Anybody who has that old outfit from what's it called Jodeci
Oh shit!
is coming back.
I hope niggas don't got leather suits still.
Yeah.
I
I do not have that.
If you got Jenko,
No.
they're coming back.
Stop.
I did not have
Stop
that.
right now.
remember
Stop.
those.
Stop
Remember
right
those?
now.
You couldn't even see your shoes when you wore
on.
I did have
those.
the I did have the zip off cargo
were
pants.
big.
See?
The zip
They're
joint.
coming, they're coming back.
Stop right now. If any of you niggas come out with leather pants and a whole
they're coming
leather
back.
suit,
They're coming back.
bro,
I bet you.
Woo.
Hey,
What's the dude from Pulp Fiction?
hey, we already saw
DMV fashion.
Hey,
You flame
Hey.
yo.
didn't we have
earth.
somebody with leather pants? Didn't we have somebody with leather?
Oh man. and what I told him to chill. I told him to chill.
I don't want to say it.
I told him to chill. But hey,
Hey.
what
And they had bell bottoms.
my maker say? What in the words?
Leather bell bottoms.
It was wild.
That's wild.
It was wild.
That's
It was wild.
That's a double whammy.
That's
It
dangerous.
was wild, but
That's a dangerous man.
We can't speak on that right
Woo.
now, Mark. We can't speak on.
But in the
dangerous.
words of eGogh, anywho,
Any news?
anywho,
But yeah, no, generation content recycles. It's a great time to be in content creation. So,
I mean, yeah. So when a lot of people gonna get their money, and a lot of people gonna,
Yeah.
and get some recognition. So hopefully
Hey, so
it works out for everybody.
all right. So like again, you heard my third anywho. Anibal, what else? What's the next step in your career that you're planning on jumping on?
Oh man, no, I was.
Which you can speak on.
No, I was really lucky to dip into the camera crew this year, and they were able to embrace me, and I was learning so much. So I'm just really hoping on growing in that field, and being able to be being part of the camera crew on like a movie would be amazing.
Nice.
Being a Batman project is my dream.
Ooh.
Doesn't matter what it
God.
is, but a Batman project.
I
is
guess.
my
All
dream.
right, never mind. I
Oof.
just don't.
What
like
was
Batman.
that?
I just don't like Batman.
Shit.
I don't like Batman.
You know, black man.
I don't like Batman.
Oof.
Oof,
get me
that's
started.
the wrong guy to talk about that.
That could be another pod. That could be a.
Oh no,
we can definitely
fuck
talk
that.
about.
If y'all want to get into it,
No,
we can
we're
get
not
into
getting
it.
into it.
It's fine.
We don't have
Y'all wanna
time
get
for that.
into it.
We don't got
Fine.
time for that.
I give you.
We don't got time for that.
It's fine when people don't understand.
Hey.
It's fine when people don't understand.
Hey,
We got time for that.
hey.
But you know what, Hannibal? You're more than welcome to come back. We will go in and go in on movies because actually I think it will be a dope ass.
I think there's a lot that could be said. I think
we could talk about movies and hip hop and
fuck Batman.
oof.
Hey, all right.
What do you like? What do you
I mean, I just don't like Batman.
What do you like, though? What do you
I'm
like?
more of
Is it
a
like a
Marvel guy.
decent-
I'm more of a
okay.
Marvel
So
guy
it's a
anyway.
There we go.
Okay.
See,
So what do you like?
No,
I'm
I'm
asking.
more
No, you said
Marvel.
fuck
Okay,
Batman
then- okay,
to a
then-
diehard, so I want to
Okay.
know
I mean,
why and who do you
okay.
like.
Okay, well then, if
This is extended.
That's all. I'm not talking anger. I'm talking
No,
who do you
no,
like.
no, no.
Patreon followers
who,
here.
who do I like? I like so many. I mean, the Avengers are
But to
all
say
great.
fuck
This is a-
Batman.
Although Iron
So
Man
these
is
are all
basically
great. Why
Batman.
is it-
though.
why is it
Iron
so
Man is
hurtful?
Batman
No,
in the
no,
Avengers.
it's-
He is.
No, why are you so hurtful though?
Let him
That's
speak. Let him speak.
That's all.
Iron Man is completely different from Batman on the simple fact that even in the first Iron Man in the first Iron Man movie, what did Iron Man do? He took out a terrorist organization. That's what he did.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'm not arguing that.
so
But
when
didn't
you look
Batman do that in Batman Begins? I mean,
Arguably.
wasn't Ra's al Ghul's place a terrorist organization that was trying to
but what I'm
blow
saying,
up the city?
I'm talking about
like an
I'm
talking about like an
movies.
international criminal organization, not just
A League of Assassins, so you don't know. That's fine.
Pete.
That's fine.
Pete.
So it's fine.
So, Iron Man is
Talking to a nerd.
Iron Man is completely different because one, Iron Man also will tell you who he is.
Yeah.
He's not hiding his identity from nobody.
You're saying
Everybody
they're the
knows,
same. I'm not saying.
Everybody knows Iron Man is Tony Stark. He's not hiding from nobody.
All right, I spoke for me, not for Anibal.
My problem with Batman is Batman has the ability to take down so many different international criminal organizations, even just CEOs, all types of things that he could take down.
Mm-hmm.
But what does he spend his time doing? Chasing down a bunch of crazy motherfuckers and locking them up to the point that they get out over and over again and keep terrorizing the city.
Yeah, because he's crazy just like them. Okay.
And he walks around with a suit, hiding his identity, but also showing half of his face, which is completely wild to me.
Pretty much
because
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's
okay.
pretty much a lot of.
No.
Cyclops,
But
Wolverine,
Daredevil.
a lot
Fine.
of
That's fine.
superheroes, one, have powers, and two, don't work closely with the police.
Okay.
Batman works closely with the police.
He's a detective.
Well,
What does
He's a detective.
with the commissioner.
Batman spends the majority of his time chasing down mentally ill people
That's fine.
and common street thugs. Fighting a bunch of people that have no powers and losing against them.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh, this is good. Y'all get on my
I don't
nerves.
know.
I just
Y'all
think
get
it's
on my
fun.
nerves because
Look,
this is nerd. This is nerd
If
talk.
Superman,
Can we
if
have
Superman
a
was
nerd talk?
if Superman
a nerd
was a
talk
killer,
podcast?
if Superman was a killer,
He couldn't be part
would-
of it, though.
If Superman was a killer, he would wipe Batman's entire criminal all his enemies out in about 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And Batman spends his entire life messing with these people. But Batman can take out Superman. Batman can take out everybody with powers, but he can't take out his own villains that don't have powers.
It's not real.
Cool, man. Y'all right.
It's not real.
Y'all right. Do it. Y'all right.
Right?
But every other superhero got to fight a whole bunch of people with powers, and they have powers themselves to do this.
And those
thing.
villains are still around.
Yeah,
Which
pretty
villains are still around?
All villains.
All the villains.
All the villains. The way it's kind of like there's no
They're
way.
comic
There's
books.
no way that somebody's
Black
killed.
Panther killed Killmonger. Did he not?
This is a movie. So what do you?
No, and you're going back.
I'm just saying. Did he not?
No, so you're talking like big, but you're only talking about movies.
Oh yeah, I'm literally just strictly speaking about that. But even the things.
No,
that
we don't. I don't
but
know
even
that.
the
I
thing,
don't know
but
that.
even the
So
things
what are we
that I'm
talking?
but even the things that I'm saying about Batman are still
But you don't read comic books.
majorly true.
But you don't read comic books.
Oh no, I'm not deep into the comic.
Okay,
books. I have read
so
comic
your
books, but
scope
I'm
is
not deep.
limited.
Very limited. I will
Cool.
say that.
Perfect.
Learn me
So when
something.
it comes to movies,
Learn me something.
sure.
No, learn me something.
We've only seen one set of Marvel movies to this point.
Learn me something.
No, I'm right. We've only seen one set of Marvel movies.
Yeah.
That's all.
And
We've
DC.
seen a couple iterations of Batman
Yeah.
at this point.
But once
so I
again,
can understand the fatigue.
But once again, I was more of a Marvel person. I
That's
watched.
fine, yeah. I love Spider-Man.
I read.
I love Spider-Man.
I read X-Men comic books. I read, you know what I'm saying?
The show in the 90s was
evolution
dope.
of.
It just sounds like all
Wolverine
the
and
things you
like
say
that.
you hate about Batman, it's just they're everywhere in comics. So
I don't like I said I don't
Interesting.
I don't think once again I don't think that all the other superheroes with powers didn't work close with the police and
Well, you don't like
weren't
that aspect.
and weren't trying their hardest
That's fair.
to take out
fair.
to take out their own enemies.
Right.
Like if Wolverine could have took you out, he was taking you out. If Cyclops was taking you out, he was gonna take you out. If Spider-Man was probably the only person that wasn't trying to hurt people.
Ace Boogie.
But
Ace
that's
Boogie.
it.
Ace Boogie. Stop.
What, man?
We're
having a talk.
No, we're not. We're going around in circles. This is one of those things.
We're having a
He's
talk.
I'm getting mad. I'm getting
Hey,
mad.
look, he getting mad,
I'm
man.
I mean,
He ain't even under talk. He getting mad. But,
all
all right, well, cool. Hey.
we're
Absolute
gonna
DMV
dive into
podcast.
comics next time then. For
Absolute
sure.
DMV podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, like,
If
comment,
everybody- if
subscribe.
everybody has something to say.
Anibal, thanks for coming, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you
dude.
for
Once
coming,
again,
man.
you're
Good time.
always welcome back,
Good
of
time.
course. Marc, Appreciate you. eGogh, kiss my something.
It's my
This
Hey
guy.
man, nah, we'll try to do better next time. Absolute DMV out. man.
DMV. Peace.
peace.